where the hell has Gweilo 60 been hiding? You know what I mean? Like, I haven't put out a video for, I don't know, about a month. Well, you see, every once in a while you have to take a break from this, or it'll eat your life from the inside out. YouTube is a dangerous mistress, and I've been at this for 7 or 8 years now too, so every once in a while I've got to take some time off, you know, shake your head. And a lot of you see a lot of stuff on YouTube where people will just spit out anything because they want that algorithm to know that they're there, and you know, it sort of gets lame after a while, just for the fact that they're saying the same shit over and over and over and over again, and I don't want to just regurgitate stuff on my channel just to put out content. So but the world has changed a little bit. As everybody knows out there, I'm sort of shacked up with a younger Filipino girl here in Calboyog, and I have been for 6 months. Just 3 days ago it was 6 months, and that's working okay. We got a cat. She's going to school, nurses college, which is good. So when she gets done with that, she'll be a registered nurse. And old guy like me probably need a registered nurse sooner or later. You know what I mean? But they've changed the rules here in the Philippines with YouTube, and it's, you know, all of the Filipino YouTubers have told their people what's going on, but I sort of have a different group of viewers, because it's basically, you know, China-based, or has a, you know, Chinese political tinge to it, and I've been putting videos out for just about a year in the Philippines, and it's pro-China, and you think that I would get some flack back from the Filipino people, but you know what? They're pretty relaxed here. They really don't care. I think it's the political people might, but your local your local people, they could give a rat's ass one way or the other if you're doing the political thing. But they have this Russian Vitali. He was born in Russia, moved to the States when he was a kid, now he's a YouTuber, and he's got millions of subscribers, but he goes around the world and does irresponsible things to people. You know, like harassing old people on the street. He was here in the Philippines doing that, harassing people on the street. He was, you know, taking the hat off the security guard, trying to get his gun and stuff like that. So the Bureau of Immigration arrested his ass. Yeah, they did. And then they brought in a law that, you know, a privacy law that if you have somebody on your YouTube channel, they've got to agree to be on your channel. If you've got people on your channel, that's why I'm out here where nobody can see what we're doing. If you've got people on your channel, then you've got to have the actual privacy notice in your description below your video, so that so people know their rights as far as this new rule. I guess it's a rule. It's not really a law, but they treat it as a law here in the Philippines. And if you have people in the background, and that's sort of like my walk and talk, and you know, going through areas and you see people's faces, and like the beach one that I did here not too long ago where we're partying on the beach. Well, you can't do that anymore, because then you got to block out all of their, fuzz out their faces, everybody's faces, and that's just like, there's I don't know of any software that would do that to everybody except for the commentator type thing, eh? So this Vitali, Russian guy, how do they do? See, there's an old Chinese saying, it only takes one rat to shit in the soup to screw it up for everybody. And Vitali, thanks buddy, you screwed it up for just about every YouTuber in the Philippines, because you shit in our soup, and we're not too pleased about it. You know, so I don't know, you know, when you get tourism stuff, you go to resorts, you go to and do videos with people and the background and people having fun and whatever. You can't do that in the Philippines anymore. So it sort of hamstrings a lot of the YouTubers, I'm not sure whether it would make sense for me to do studio work now, or just hang out in a place like this and tell you what I think, what's going on type thing. Where am I going? What am I doing? Well, it's hard to find a direction right now in the YouTube world here in the Philippines. And they say this is a democratic society. Well, in China, which is, they say, is communist, you can film anybody you want and they don't care. They're not as thin-skinned, I guess. But if somebody like Vitaly was going around harassing people, they may do the same thing or something similar to what the Philippines did. He's been in lockup now for 2-3 months, and the word is that he'll get a couple of years at least in prison. He's considered an undesirable, and he probably is an undesirable. I've never met the guy, and I really don't want to. But after his little sentence is done, they're going to 86 him out of the country, and he won't be allowed back in the Philippines. And I think that's a good thing. We don't need people like that here making us foreigners, because one of the things I've noticed traveling, and I've traveled considerably over the last 40 years type thing, that when you're in a foreign country, if you've got a group of foreigners, harassing people, it only takes one to make all foreigners look bad. So this slimy little bastard has actually made all of us foreigners look just a little bit less respectful to the Filipino people, because societies do paint us with one brush. If you get a bad crowd of people that are belligerent and act like total idiots, it makes us all look bad. So it's too bad that had to happen, or that didn't have to happen, but it did happen, and it makes it, as I say, difficult for us foreigners to do YouTube. But you see, it's not just the foreigners; it applies to the Filipino people too. So the Filipino people are basically shut down on YouTube, and you see Filipino P, she's basically into studio work, because she was always out and about and doing things and talking to people, and on a beach talking to somebody and people walking in the background and stuff like that. You just can't do that right now in the Philippines. Are they going to change it back? Probably. I would imagine, give it a little bit of time till everything sort of cools off. But with me, I'm gonna I guess work around it, maybe studio work or sit out by the water and give you my input on what's going on. I've got another video coming up after this one that actually proves the Western mainstream media will use anything they can to make China look bad. So tune into the next video after this one for that, because it's 100% proof that the Western mainstream media will tag on to anything just to make China look bad. Anyway, that's another little video from Gweilo 60 here. I'm still in. It's people say, well, when do we go back to Nanning? Well, I was going to go back to Nanning last month, but with a girlfriend in the Philippines, it's sort of hard to say, hey, I want to go back to Nanning and what, leave you here? Like, we got an apartment, we've got 2 motorcycles. They just bought her a motorcycle here 6 days ago, so she can travel back and forth to school, because I don't want to be I'd get up and she's got to be at school at 7 o'clock in the morning, so I got to get up and drive her to school and go pick her up and at noon and stuff. And so I bought her a second-hand Rusi 125, sort of a scooter type motorcycle. I'll put a picture in here. I got a picture of it, and it was 19,000 pesos, so you're looking at what, 450 bucks. It's a small price to pay to not have to travel back and forth and be the chauffeur type thing. But she's actually doing pretty good. She takes it very seriously going to school. It's one of those things that she doesn't come from a super rich family, and this is probably out of her reach. And now the opportunity has arisen that she can go to school. She got accepted into nursing school, and she's got their little. Everybody wears a uniform here. It's the way it is. If it's a casual day, then you got a white polo type shirt on, black pants, and you're not allowed on the school grounds unless you're dressed properly, which is they have all these rules and regulations and I think that's why the nurses are so sought after from the Philippines, is because they have rules and regulations, and they have to go by those rules and regulations, and a professional nurse can understand that. So after they come out of this 4 years course, they're sought after by just about every country in the world. I'm not going to be around forever, and as I say, she's a lot younger than I am, so when this old geezer hits that brick wall, she'll have something to fall back on, and she'll be able to take care of herself. And the first family member to ever go to university, so in their history. So that's sort of important too. So everything's sort of going along pretty good. As I say, I'd love to go back and spend some time in Nanning, but I just can't at this moment, and I know I lose a lot of, every time I say that, I lose like 200-300 subscribers. So one of these days I'll be back down under 100,000 subscribers, and YouTube will be knocking on my door saying we want our silver button back. Oh God. But anyway, so life is pretty good. The weather's always good here. The beer is cold. They got soju, Filipino soju. That's pretty good too. We've been we're sort of settled into a routine, and it's working. So if you were wondering what Gweilo 60's up to and why he hasn't been putting out videos for the last month, well, now you know. I don't put out videos just to put videos out. And I live in a sleepy little hollow here in the Philippines, on an island, so there's not much going on. I could make videos, political videos about what's going on in China and the world and such, and maybe I'll do another one here on because the Philippines was talking about how if China and Taiwan go at it, that there's no way that the Philippines would be able to stay out of it. So maybe I'll do a video on that, because I find that a little bit interesting that the Philippine government would make a statement like that, but we'll have to see. Anyway, that's another video from yours truly, Gweilo 60, sitting by the ocean, just chilling on, I think it's Tuesday morning. I don't know, I'm retired. It could be Thursday for all I know. And until next time, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, peace out. Bye now.